First of all, there's been so many mistakes. And the important thing to say is that I worked a very corporate career before I ever started a company. I had zero ambition to ever start my own business. I don't even think I knew people as a kid who had their own business. Where I grew up, you worked a job to pay your bills, and it was usually something that you didn't enjoy. So even the idea of connecting work to something that you loved was abstract to me. I loved fashion as a kid, and I tried to get anywhere close to that type of business. And being in London, there were very limited options. So I worked in PR agencies, and, I worked in literally stores, like selling clothes. And I would just try to get anywhere close to that business. I landed in a fashion show production company, which was extremely formative for me. I really understood what it meant to create a show and the sponsorship packages around that, and what happened after the business side of fashion, the press and the buyers and all of that. But, the first 6 years of my career were tough. I was in a really interestingly run company that was run by two women that really pitted the women against each other. We were in a very kind of catty, unenjoyable, system of being pitted against each other constantly. And I think that I learned everything that I didn't want to do. I was like, if I ever, get into a position of leadership, I will never run this place like this. But even then, it's like, I took it for what it was. I was like, there's something for me to get from this place. But I did a lot of really unenjoyable work before I had the opportunity to do what it was that I wanted. And I think if you look at the kind of career that I've had, it's really been about leveraging one thing off of the other the whole time. And so it's like I took what I learned over here and I used those clients to propel me into new opportunities. And then I took those clients and I started an agency of my own. And then once I'd done the agency of my own, I was really sick of making all the, clients so much money. And I was like, I'm going to try to start a brand myself. But I didn't know how to raise money. I didn't understand what venture capital was. I don't even think I understood how you would structure something like that. So I went to my clients because they were the richest people I knew. And I was like, hey, I'm going to start this thing. Would you like to come in? And very naively structured something. So I have kind of trialed and errored my way through. And I had a lot of mistakes along the way. I've had a lot of things that I started that failed. A bunch of things where I had to, hire people and then massively downsize my staff because I had got it wrong. And so I hold those mistakes because they don't always only affect you. They affect a lot of other people.